ready for grooming. He's already been pretty much brushed out and was recently bathed because clean fur is best for grooming. He still has a few mats, but because he's losing quite a bit of fur, like it's really long right now, I won't worry about them too much until it gets shorter and then I can see what we're working with. So I usually just start with the regular scissors, and then I go over everything with kind of like a blunt cut, and then I fix it afterwards with the thinning shears to make it look nice. So I usually kind of start for a big cut in the middle of his back and just get it to a point where I like it. Usually I use my fingers as kind of a guide to know how much length I want, which is usually around an inch or so is what we keep his at. And then once I've got a bit going, I can kind of get the rest of it to just match. Yeah. Lazy. You can see I kind of left the neck part here because this I do something a little bit different with, but most of the back now is down to being a lot shorter, and then the sides are still long, but that helps me give a guide because you kind of lengthen as you go a little bit into under the belly. So then usually I need him to stand up, but I'll just start kind of making it rounded by like holding the hair up as we go. Wait. Hey. That's good. Like choppy and like blunt it looks, which is obviously not the look we want. So then that's when I just go through it with the thinning shears, and then you'll be able to see the difference that makes in there. Starts kind of blending it. Not done yet, but kind of gives you an idea. So a two-person job. Someone has to be in charge of the treats. Wallace has like a ton of mats in here. It's kind of hard to see. Anyways, so I have two techniques for working through this. Sometimes when he stands, I just take the scissors and go and kind of like cut down through it like that, just to start kind of breaking them out so that I can brush them out. Kind of hear that, I think. And then the other tool we use is this dematting tool. So this one gets a little bit more detailed, obviously, and then you can kind of just work through it. Yeah, just like that. that, and then brush it out. So you can see kind of this side is almost done. I haven't tidied this up yet, but this side is all shorter and then kind of blended in. And next is the butt. So I give him a bit of a, hey, try to stand. I usually give him a bit of shape so he looks like he has like a cuter butt. So this is always longer. It's super long right now. But again, just kind of like fluffing it out, looking at it, and then trimming it and shaping it. Okay, one side of the butt is done. It's like hard to tell because he's leaning forward, but a little bit cleaner there. And then with the tail, I just kind of, this is hard to, I sort of like pull all the fur back and then I just slowly start trimming it into just kind of going along the same shape of his tail, so a little bit thicker at the base and then thinner at the top. And when you get to the peak, I just kind of hold my fingernail just over where his tail actually ends, and then I trim around it in like a rounded shape. Hey. That should be good. So once it's pretty good, I'll like go through again. You can see it's like not quite even, and then I'll just use the thinning shears to kind of smooth that out so it makes just more of, yeah, a nice curve, but much better. Okay, so as you can see here, the like back of the leg gets trimmed just shorter, and then you've got like more flowy hair down at the bottom and the front of the leg. So yeah, so I usually kind of again shape this so it goes in a little bit, and then right around this point, like when it starts going out again, this makes sense, then I leave this totally long. I pretty much never cut this other than when I do the trim around his foot. And then similarly here, just kind of like shorter and then blend in. And I'll always try to look at him from sort of the side to just make sure that this is a more like straight line down once I get going. Come on, hey. Okay, so once his foot is all brushed out, I kind of clean it up by, something kind of hard to do, kind of just like push the fur down, and then I just go around and just kind of tidy it up to a nice rounded shape. And then of course I always go over with the thinning shears again, just to soften it. So you can see we're starting to get the kind of column shape with the legs. Okay. Still needs a little bit of work. Okay, so for the belly, just like brush it out. And then you're just gonna kind of go along and trim it so that it starts to look even. And then kind of just pulls up, and yeah, and again, thinning shears to make it look like it wasn't a 2-year-old cutting it.